Alright, everybody! We're doing something that I haven't done on this channel ever, I don't think. And that is a tier list. And this specific tier list is for what I think are the top 10 best LRs in the game. This is going to be counting Dokkan Fest LRs, regular Yellow Coin LRs, Carnival LRs, Easy A LRs, just if it has an LR in it, it counts. Now here I have a batch of just what I think are the best LRs in the game. And if you look here, there's a shit ton of fucking units. So I might do a TOR one later. But I just pulled this from Tier List Maker. And it's from, this guy here. This guy here has made it. Man, Leon. Don't know who he is. But he's a baller and he's made this list here. It contains every single character up until 2023. If we look here, it's even got the free-to-play units, dude. Like, this guy's a mad lad. So, go and, I don't know, do something. We might make a TOR list. I've been a minute on this intro. Let's just get it started with number 10. It's this guy. Number 10. Trunks. Now, I have all of them pulled up here. Let's start with this guy. So, he's good. All of these characters, I'm going to say, I think they're good. They're super good. This Trunks honestly surprised me. His damage output, oh my god. In his base form, his damage output is so big in this form. In his base form. His damage output is so big. But the thing of why he's so low is that he gets hit way too hard on his first turn. He gets way too hard to hit on his first turn. And I should preface this. This list, I'm creating it in mind where Fusion Zamasu and Omega are like the two biggest fights right now. Okay? Like, it sucks. I hate it, but they both have AoEs and they just so happen to be the hardest fights. It's just how things are. So, those are the two fights I'm judging mostly off of. Experience-wise, it's mostly Fusion Zamasu because I mostly play global. I don't like run JP too much, but I do have a little bit of experience with Omega, at least. But it's mostly based off of those two fights, like 60%. The other 40% is just, you know, the normal hard fights, I would say, like quote-unquote normal. So, like, the regular Zamasu stage, the Goku Black stage, the Cell stage, anything from the future, Dismal Future Red Zone, honestly. All those fights, like Metal Cooler Core, I don't even know if you can consider Broly, Omega, and Cell, like, Cell Max is, like, part of those hard fights anymore. Like, they just aged out. So it's mostly anything like from the Dismal Future Red Zone that isn't Future Zamasu, and then like Cell Max, not Cell Max, Metal Cooler Core and Metal Cooler Core and I guess that's it. I can't remember. But it's like those type of fights, you know, ones where you can at least build up. But I mean, even of the fights I listed, the main thing that holds this guy back is this form, and that's its transformation conditions. Turn 5, me as a free-to-play, turn 5 isn't that hard to get to, but at the same time, you still do have to sit in his base form for 5 turns, or he's definitely exposed. Even if for like turn 3 he triple super attacks, he still is going to take like a lot of damage that's going to set you back in the fight. It's just too rough to get to this guy. But if you do get to this guy, oh my god, dude. Literally, his damage explodes. His defensive problems, gone. In fact, you want to put this guy in slot 1 in front of all the attacks. And dude, he's eating them. And he's shooting out like 20 million triple attack stats. He is insane. But it's just the road to get to this guy. It's just too tough. And he can't take it. And all these hard fights now, they last like 2 seconds, and again, the two hardest fights, he gets his main defensive ability after super in his base form, and they hit you before he can do that. So yeah, no, it's just too rough for this guy. But I do have him in 10. I can't see him go up if like the next hardest fight, I don't know, as it gets Vegito Blue, and his thing is like he does double supers, Goku and Vegeta, and then base Vegito, and then Vegito Blue the hardest one. Like, even just a 3-phase fight, honestly, could be beneficial for this guy. Because then if you get this guy a lot more, he could shoot up to, like, top 5. And I'm not even joking. He's that strong. But someone who has exploded in my opinion because of these short form fights is this guy. Ultimate Gohan. I'm not calling him Beast because he's not Beast. He's Ultimate Gohan. I'm a stickler for that because I fucking hate this guy. I have so much venom. I have so much venom in my heart for this guy. It's unbelievable. But I can't deny he's fucking baller in these new stages. Against Fusion Zamasu, even if he has his guard, he takes a bit of damage before he can super. He takes... Where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. This guy takes a bit of damage before he can super attack. In my experience from 79%, he takes about 100k before he can super attack. Turn 1, that is. On turn 2, if you're lucky with the super attacks and you get like 3 super attacks turn 1, and then when he comes back, you'll be able to take double digits from that. But what could also happen is you do 1 super attack, and then you come back and you're taking like 70k a normal now. Like, it's still, this guy, those AoEs can still hit him hard. And against Omega, he gets even more bitched out because he doesn't have his guard by the time you get to Omega. So he's going to walk in and just cockslap this motherfucker. That being said, though, after dissing this guy for like a minute, his big help is in those Dismal Future Red Zone stages because a lot, and I'm talking about a lot of those Dismal Future bosses have Ki Blast super attack. And guys, when those supers are hitting for 1.6, every character in the game is taking 300k from these guys. This guy can just show up and say, "Bitch, get that shit out of my face. I don't want to see it." And that's what makes him so good against Fusion Zamasu. Not only is he like super effective even without his 24 key here, he's super effective against Fusion Zamasu without that because it's super versus extreme and also Zamasu's an int. So even without it, this guy can be busting damage out. He's busting all over Fusion Zamasu. He can absolutely go crazy ham. He still does have key issues, but it could be a lot more mitigated now, especially now in Fusion Zamasu where he AoEs. So if you have Orange Piccolo, and we'll talk about Orange Piccolo later in the video, but if you have Orange Piccolo on the team, he gets hit first, and then his support activates even if you have this guy in slot 1. I would recommend it because a lot of the times Zamasu is doing like 5 attacks before you can attack. But if he's only doing like the AoE, you might as well put him in slot 1. Because again, he can just get rid of that super attack for you. He can just get rid of that. And he does so much damage. And again, with these fights lasting 2 seconds, his guard is active for most of the fight. He is absolutely good. And his active skill. In terms of damage, I will say, unless you're getting lucky with super attacks, it sucks ass. But if you do get lucky with super attacks, it's just a sniper shot, dude. It just does shit ton of damage. It nullifies. And again, with the bosses so aggressive, they super attack, first attack all the time. You just nullify it. Gone. Boom. I've won runs where I genuinely do believe I nullified, I blasted away his super attack. Because this guy would do his active skill, and then for the rest of the turn, no super attack. Huh. What? Way to go. Alright, this guy just took that shit and threw it out the window. He is very good for these new fights, and I hate saying that because I hate this guy. Honestly, on release, I'd say he'd probably be even worse than the LR Gods. But now I can't cope for the LR Gods. I'm sorry to say, fellas, but they're not on here. They're not on here. I'm so sorry, but they're not on here. But my biases cannot be blinded. I cannot be blinded by biases no more. He's just that guy in these fights. But let me stop rambling on. Next up, might be a little controversial for one of 2 things. Character choice and also how I'm doing it. So I'm doing it like this. I'll be 1,000,000% honest with you. They're too close for me to judge. If I were to like separate them, I'd probably do this. I'd probably do this just because Vegito getting more super attacks to build up his defense is way better than Gogeta just getting like more crits. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gogeta, when he's in a full crit turn with 24 key, he's insane. No one's stopping him. He's ripping through that boss's health bar like it was nothing but a piece of fucking paper, dude. He's insane. But Vegito is just more of a balanced guy. if you build him with crit in the hidden potential system, he's also just being absolute monster mode. But I would honestly, dude, I would put them so much higher. Looking at the list I have on my phone here, I would put him so much higher if it weren't for the fact that the two hardest fights in the game right now are AoEs, dude. I hate the AoEs. Let me get this straight. I hate the AoEs, okay? I don't like fighting against AoEs because they're too damn hard. They're way hard, but I also can't ignore them because they're hard, because why don't I just fucking rank this off of Dokkan events, dude? Like, it sucks. But these guys, AoEs, they absolutely shit on them. Fusion Zamasu, they kill him. They kill him. Now you can make STR Gogeta work kind of in Fusion Zamasu, because his AoEs only last for the first turn, and he only does one of them. He only does one AoE. So you could eat that for 300k, and then hopefully by the time Gogeta comes back, well, even by the time he does go back, he has his full his full dodge turn. So even if you're not out of Fusion Zamasu yet, he's full dodging, so it's not like it matters. And if he comes back again and you're still in Fusion Zamasu, brother, how did you live for so long and have not gotten to the next phase? I do want to speed up because I'm 12 minutes in and I haven't even started talking about it. But of course, I can't talk about them without their full dodge turn. Obviously, one of the most busted things after the Easy A. It's honestly why they're gonna last like so long into the future, dude. Just because of this. Their turn 1, they have great chance to dodge. Next time they come back, they have full dodge. And then from then on, even if you're not using them on main rotation, you float them off. They're still doing crazy. They changed how they work to where this doesn't get built up in slot 1 or 2. It just gets built up. So now all they get in slot 1 or 2 is this guy. He gets 5 ki and he gets the additional super in slot 1. And this guy, he just gets the 1 super attack, but he dodges and he gets way higher ki. This guy, he also has the same ki thing, except in slot 1 he launches 2 attacks which could be supers, and in slot 3 he has just 1 guaranteed super attack with the dodge. The reason why I put them together though, to be honest, there's not much of a difference when I'm using them. Because I'm using them to come in and then link up with like a fusion character, like AGL Vegito Blue, who just came out for the worldwide. I'm essentially doing that. They float off, they transform, and now they're on rotation with my big boy guy. Literally the same thing. Honestly, like, you know how STR Gogeta was used against physical Sin Shenron against the Shadow Dragon event? You could do the same thing if, like, I don't know, they make AGL literally the same fight as Sin Shenron. Like, they're so interchangeable. Like, they do have differences, but, like, the reason why you would want to use them, if they're interchangeable, and for their dodge turn and high damage, and to link up with a fusion, there's just no difference. But if I wanted to separate them, it'd be this. But I also want to have Trunks on here because I would feel bad for leaving him off. Very good, very good. Again, any other fight, they're demolishing, which is why they're this high. But I guess the 2 hardest ones, they get dicked down, which is why they're way low on this list. Speaking of kind of low, this guy. Unfortunately, yeah, he's just not good. Now, honestly, the problem I had with these two, it is reversed of this guy. Now, if I go here, oh, I don't have this translated. How do I translate? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I don't have translate on this, and I can't find this guy on just, like, a normal fucking, like, on the normal global one, because he's not out on global, obviously. So this guy, I do have the least experience with out of everyone on this list, because I don't have him on JP, I never pulled him, and I don't have him on global, because, well, obviously he's not out on global. But let me preface this by saying I have the least amount of experience with him, so all my experience is just watching other people. Again, he has the reverse problems of this guy, where against Fusion Zamasu and Omega, this guy is like a beast. He is a beast. He could get a little hard during Fusion Zamasu, like turn 1, but like if you could live through that first turn, and honestly living through that first turn is way easier than it is with these two, because you're guaranteed to take, like, again, at least 300, 400k with them. This guy, you at least have a chance where He can eat those normals. It's just if he gets hit with that super attack, oh, buddy, oh, that super attack is looking mighty hard right now. Oh my god. But it's very easy to get 5 hits with him, and you go into Oob. Oob doesn't take no damage, and after that one turn, you should have fully built up your ki. And then he transforms into this guy, who's the icon. This guy, 24 million guaranteed crit, and he's also guarding. Like, come on, dude. He becomes so great. And again, when it comes to Omega Shenron, yeah, he's this guy. Omega Shenron's this guy's little bitch. I'm not even lying. He's probably like the best unit in the game for Omega Shenron, because he literally walks in and cock slaps Omega Shenron. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. But I guess Fusion Zamasu, he has a bit more difficulty, but he can still reach those fucking peaks, dude. He's still reaching those fucking peaks. Now, it's against those other fights where he could struggle. Against someone like Metal Cooler Core, who has like those 3 turns of just, you know, you just take hits and then you go on to the next phase. He can do pretty good there. But against Black, regular Zamasu, you're not seeing him. It's hard to even see Oob. It's hard to even see Oob against those fights. So that's why I have him kind of low on this list. I mean, it's a top 10, so none of these guys like are low by any means. Like, I would say these are probably the top 10 best students in the game. I'd have to really sit down and look at like some of the TURs. Like, would I say God Goku is better than any of these? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, moving on. We have my boy AGL Vegito at number 6. Honestly, I hate that for him. When he was announced, I wanted him to be all. I want to put him up here. I would have loved to put him up here, but I just can't, dude. I'd be a straight up liar if I put him up there. No, he has. I would say he's like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but he's at least kind of better, because with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you have a better idea of knowing when you're gonna transform into Oob and therefore full power. You have a better idea when that's gonna happen than you do when you get to Vegito. There have been times where, like, again, it's turn 5 and my health is just shy of the HP threshold, and now I'm in super danger because I couldn't transform into Vegito. And now I'm in super danger. But the thing is, in base form, if I'm comparing bases to bases, AGL, Goku, and Vegeta are way better than in Super Saiyan 4 regular Goku. They're so much better. And it's all in the defensive utility. I don't give a fuck if in Super Saiyan 4 Goku is doing way more damage if he's gonna get completely neutered by Fusion Zamasu's super attack. AGL, Goku, and Vegeta are at least dodging. That's the main difference. They're dodging. The 50% chance to say fuck you, I'm outie. Fuck you, I'm outie. None of these new fights cancel dodge. None of them. So that just boosts AGL, Goku, and Vegeta's thing by 1,000,000. Against Omega Shenron, I mean, dude, Omega Shenron lasts like 10 years. You could stack up with him and then get this guy out, and then he's dodging. He has his damage reduction, and he's also like super attacking. And again, slot 1, he's boosting everyone's else's defense by 30% with this super attack effect. Vegito was just that guy. He's also super effective against all types for free. And just to let you in on a little secret, I remember how I said the hardest fights in the game are essentially all the dismal future Red Zone fights. Can you explain to me the kind of buffs these guys get when there's a Realm of Gods enemy? Who, I don't know, that consists of Goku Black, Zamasu, oh yeah, Fusion Zamasu! These guys get boosted against Realm of Gods enemies, and that's literally like the top 5 hardest fights in the game right now. It's the same thing with Tech God Goku, where you could say he's like the best like tank, or back in 2022, he was like the best tank, because literally every boss was movie bosses. Broly, movie bosses. Metal Cooler Core, movie bosses. Cell Max, the first one, movie boss. Cell Max, the Red Zone, movie boss. Tech God Goku was literally calling everyone a bitch in there because they weren't doing more than 300k to him, no matter what. Like, when all the fights are perfectly designed for this guy, it's so easy just to put him above it. But after this point, we have some of the big boys. Now, I should have explained this at the start of the list. I have color-coded it, kind of. So I think these three, honestly, you could put Trunks, like, up here and switch everyone. Oh, whoops. You could switch everyone around in, like, these three, and I probably wouldn't care. You could switch these two. If you like in Super Saiyan 4 better than Vegito, fine. I like Vegito way more than Goku. I try not to be as biased as hell. I'm sorry. I mean, Vegeto's my favorite character. It's the one I have, and yeah, but yeah, no. Number 5 I have alone. The top 2 of the 4 I have separately. You know, you could switch them around, and then number 1 I find is clear number 1. I should have said that at the start of the list, but whatever. Next up, we have the other Dokkan Fest alive worldwide, Fusion Zamasu. Here he is, right here. Literally the only problem I have with him is his team. His team is not very well suited for AoEs. His team is not suited for AoEs. You could get something with this guy in Zamasu and AGL Zamasu. You could have something, because AGL Zamasu actually kind of benefits from AoEs, because you can have him in slot 2. He'll tank the normal, it's like nothing, and then he'll get a free super attack because he got hit. Like, it actually benefits AGL Zamasu to have AoEs. Not against the new Fusion Zamasu fight, though, because he's not transformed, and he also gets hit way too hard. But we're not talking about Fusion AGL Zamasu, we're talking about this guy. Yeah. Only problem with him, his team is a little lacking. Obviously, you don't want to run any of the, like, Gogetas or anything like that on fused fighters. You can run, like, AGL Vegito, Tech Vegito, and STR Gogeta all in the team. And, dude, that's when his team becomes killer. Because against something like the Zamasu fight, against something like the Goku Black fight, Metacooler Core, that's when he just dicks down. Because you have dodge characters, you have this guy who can't take damage for those dodge characters to transform into their dodge forms. Like, it becomes crazy as fuck, dude. Obviously, 80% damage reduction, his first appearance is just so good. So good. He has 50% chance to crit for free. And his damage reduction is built in a way where you can float him off. He'll come back with 60% damage reduction, you know. Still respectable, still reasonable. And you float him off again on that turn, you can come back with his domain. And that's the big thing about this guy too. His domain, whew, just having a character that takes no damage for 5 turns. A character who takes no damage for 5 turns. Now, if you're running his team, you can only get one of them out. But again, just having one character that takes no damage, no matter what. This isn't Tech Caulifla, where, you know, if a boss cancels dodge, or if you're not going against the right boss, oh well. You can get this out pretty consistently, I found. That's very good. Now, opposite to Vegito, he actually gets nerfed with all the hardest fights being the Dismal Future Red Zones. Because all those fights are Realm of Gods, so he gets kind of hurt against it. And against Omega, he can get a little hurt, because what is Omega? He's int, right? Omega's an int type. Yeah, I know. Omega is an int type boss, so he can't take a super that well against him. But you have other characters on his team who could. Mainly AGL Zamasu, int Subbies in Zamasu could kind of tank it, kind of. If you build them like full dodge like I have, you know, you have a better chance. But yeah, it gets into Omega when a lot of the characters on his team are, again, they have to super attack first. It gets a little rough against into Omega. But against Fusion Zamasu and the other fights, yeah, he's balling. He's so baller. He's so baller. When you're doing 15 million, 55%, you're doing 15 million, and then you have an additional coming in, and then you have the hidden potential, while also a passive 50% chance to crit. Yeah, this guy does so much, dude. He's absolutely insane. I'm so glad he got the respect he deserves. Oh, okay. These next couple, whew, this is what I consider the top echelon of the game. And I might get some hate for this one. But the very bottom rung of the top is these. Here they are. Now they, very, 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 very good. They build up, they have 50% damage reduction. You take too much damage, pop the standby, you shoot out a fucking 10 million bomb, and then you come back with full health. Their team, Battle Fate, Power of Wishes, both super strong now. So why are they at the bottom? It's Fusion Zamasu. That's it. That's why I don't have him higher. Fusion Zamasu, that first turn, oh my god, dude, they hurt. They get so hurt that first turn. Unless Zamasu is doing his AoE on like the 3rd slot, it's hurting. It's hurting so hard. It is hurting so hard. That's the only thing keeping them. Other than that, I just have nothing but praise for these guys. It's a shame that like their counterpart, these guys, couldn't even make it on the list. It's just such a shame. It is such a huge shame. Because I love that other unit way more. I think they're way cooler than these guys. But in terms of kit, like these guys are just so much better. You're essentially guaranteed up to at least 30% damage reduction on the first turn with these two things. Because it's not hard for them to get 24 key. And again, great chance to become a super attack. It is a great chance, which honestly, it seems a lot of people in the community kind of hate that. But yeah, no, they are very good. Again, the healing is the big thing. Honestly, if they didn't have this part, like, again, a full heal essentially, no matter when you need it, it's very good. It's very good. Yeah, again, the only reason why they're not higher is because Fusion Zamasu, that first turn they're here, they take so much damage. And unless you're lucky and like turn 1 you take a shit ton of damage, turn 2, these guys come in and reset you. And then turn 3, you know, hopefully you're clearing up Fusion Zamasu by then. It's just not working out for these guys. It's unfortunate. Again, not as well as it would work for these next guys, which next guys I have is my boy. Why am I going all the way down here? He's right here. Just my boy, Future Gohan. Again, top echelon of the game. I have nothing but praise. Future Saga is a very competent team right now. He has no key struggles. And he has 80% damage reduction after super attacking for 5 turns. 80% super attack. I mean, 80% damage reduction for 5 turns. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, the only reason why I don't have him higher is just a little couple of setbacks. Just a little tiny bit of setbacks. One, I found at least at 55%, his damage, turn 1, is actually quite low. His damage doesn't start to get crazy until you start building this up. And it's very easy to build this up, honestly, again. After his first 2 appearances, you're good to go. Turn 5 is this guy's kill stage. Turn 5, because not only do you have all these buffs active, because his intro's still up, but then you also have his domain expansion, which, by the way, he could shoot out a super strong active skill, and also his domain makes extreme class enemies take way more damage. Unlike Fusion Zamasu, who has it backwards, which, you know, it makes sense backwards, but unlike Fusion Zamasu, whose domain effect is essentially useless, this guy's is baller, because every boss is extreme class, and again, taking an additional 30% while also having all of this up. Dude, it becomes absolutely insane what this guy could do on turn 5. But again, a lot of these newer fights, they last very close to turn 5, like a little after. I'd say turn 8 is a fair point for free-to-play players. And again, it's going to be a struggle to get there for free-to-play players. Like, again, from my perspective, I'm going to say free-to-play like 10 times right now. But from my perspective, it's not that turn 5 is the end of the fight. It goes well beyond into turn 8. It's just that, oh, it is a struggle when all your characters are taking like 100k when they could be taking like it's tough. It's a struggle to get here if you're free to play, but then if you're like rainbowing everything, you're just like destroying the bosses by turn 5 anyway. Like, it's a double entendre. Yeah, no, it's just, again, I don't have any problems. I would push him up to number 2, maybe even number 1. If it's additional 20% damage reduction from having an 18 key activated at the start of turn. If it activated at the start of turn, He might be number one, but number one is just number one for so many reasons. I'll go into it, but yeah, no, he's only held back by small things. Next up, I mean, everyone knew this was coming. It's Bulma. Everyone knew it's coming. It's Bulma. If you see my summons video, I went, oh, when I got her. Because she's so good. You see? It's hard for me, even when she came out, it was hard for me to put her at number one. Because she is just a pure support type. Like, her herself isn't crazy. It's just what she can do for the team. Because when it comes to, like, tanking, she's pretty good. When it comes to attack, pretty good. Like, she's not, like, the upper echelon of tanking or, like, attack. But when it comes to both of those things, she's pretty good. It's like, she's not going to get you killed. You could run her in slot 1 and be fine. You can use her as a damage and be completely fine. It's her support that's absolutely goddamn what the fuck insane. She gets all allies. 3 key, 30% attack and defense for 2 turns. 2 turns. With 5 key spheres. Very not hard to get. Because, oh yeah, she's also rainbow orb changing. And also, if you're running other orb changes, you know, like Path to Power Kid Goku, that's just become very easy to get orbs. I found it is not hard to at least get the 5 key spheres. You don't need the 7. As long as you get the 5, you're good. Because she already is guarding. She has building up damage reduction with each turn she's on. Now it is, unfortunately, with each turn she is on, you have to get to like turn 22 in order to like fully build this up. I guess it's a little ridiculous. Honestly, it should work like how the depreciating buffs work, where like say she starts at 77 and then goes down. It goes down even when she's not on the turn. And I feel like if they're gonna do that, they gotta let us build this up even when she's not on turn. It's dumb. At least I'm pretty certain that's how it works. It could work when she's not on turn, but I'm pretty certain it works only when she's on turn. Unlike the other two, I have no problems. Praise all around. Literally nothing like slightly holding her back. Literally nothing. Because when it comes to like regular yellow coins, I don't count the leader skills, because I mean the yellow coins, I only bring it up when it comes to like Dokkan Fest LRs, not even the easy A's, because I mean, like, come on, dude. Dokkan Fest LRs, the newest thing, you want to use them as leaders. You don't want to use Bulma as leader unless like you have to run like Dragon Ball Secret. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's just good. That like I have nothing. She's good. Again, tanks good. It does good attack. She does amazing support. And her active skill, not very hard to get. Where is it at? I think I passed it. Yeah, just from the 7th turn. Again, that's long as fuck and you're probably not going to see it. But again, it's just turn 7, nothing else. So if you get to turn 7, you're good. And then she changes everything to STR, gets a nuking passive. I mean, not a nuking passive. She just straight up makes every character on the turn bonkers. Not only are they getting key 7 to get their max super attack, they are getting support. They are also super effective against all types. Like, bro, she helps everyone. It's all allies get this. All allies get this buff. Like, again, Rainbow Orb changing is not type specific. All allies, yeah, super effective. You could run her on Cooler's team and she's helping. Like, it's insane how much she just helps. She just turns the cogs, man. It's so good. And the last unit I'm going to talk about is Orange Piccolo. Now, again, funny. Unlike Bulma, there is a slight thing I have with him. And he's good in slot 1 while his guard is up. However, if the first attack is a super attack, it could take a little bit of damage. Other than that, he's balling. He's doing like the top damage, dude. Even if he's not getting any additional or crits in his passive, you want to build those in that super attack anyway. In his hidden potential anyway. Because he's already like, again, in giant form, he does so much damage. It builds up. And against a boss where you can't build up like Fusion Zamasu, he's guarding. So who gives a fuck? You can't hurt him. He builds up defense so crazy fast. He takes 3 hits and he's at 1.5 million with guard. You know what you gonna do about it? Oh, and I should also mention, that's 1.5 million, like what you can see. Like you click the button, you see, oh, he's at 1.5. Huh. Oh, it'd be crazy if that 1.5 million defense unit was to increase it by 50%. 50%, dude. He's crazy. Literally, as he takes 2 hits, he 18 keys, and he's got his guard. Zamasu's not doing shit to him. Zamasu's not doing shit to him. And of this, of course, even if he had just all this, even if this was it, he'd still be up here. But the reason why he's de facto number 1 that I can't see anyone put above him is, of course, what everyone's thinking, the giant form. Superheroes is so good. Let's look at the list. Superheroes, 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 superheroes. You think superheroes is good? There's characters on here that aren't on here either. Like the Gammas. Like, you think superheroes is good? Like, come on, man. Come on, superheroes is so good. Obviously, I don't have to get into why the giant form is just that much better, dude. It completely saves your turn. Completely saves your turn. AoE bosses? Nah, blick. No more AoEs. So sorry, dude. So sorry. No more AoEs. Oh, that super attack might hit my slot 3 unit? Nope. Blicked away. Sorry, bud. No super attacks. Like, I don't see how you not put him at number 1. I don't need to explain too much. He's like, come on. And I was gonna have this here, so let's just do this real quick. He has some use. They have some use. He could be good in these short fights. He can be good with his way easy to revive mechanic. He's a dodge. He guards, stacks, kind of alright. If you can revive with him, he's very good. If you get to a standby, very good. If he's good for the first couple of turns, he can stack up his defense and build up to be good. And who else do I have on here? No, that's it. Honorable mentions. I only put this guy up here because of Kaioken Goku, STR Kaioken Goku. If STR Blue Kaioken didn't exist, I probably didn't put him up here. The only reason why I'm doing honorable mentions super fast is I actually have to go. So this is my tier list. Let me know if you hate me. I mean, like, oh, let me know if you hate like that I'm putting these guys in here. Dude, I'm putting AGL UI above Cooler. I'm pulling AGL UI above the 7th years. Because the 7th year is like, I mean, I could put them up here, but like, AGL UI has more reuse than these guys because of STR Blue Kaioken. As soon as we get like another like blue Goku from the Tournament of Power, this guy drops back down. But other than that, yeah, hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.